Can we get our faces? Hey everybody, how are you? It is Kathy, and I am here live at eBay NYC, so come in. Sorry to get you guys a little bit late. I had promised between... Oh, good. Harry's going to help.
I'm just going to mount that right there.
Right there, we're getting
awesome.
There. Hey you guys, sorry about that. So come on in. This is Harry Temkin, and he is the Vice President of Seller Experience for eBay. And he is joining me today, and what I asked is if Harry would introduce himself. Hey, you guys. Hey, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
And what he's going to do is tell you who he is, because he's brand new at eBay, you guys. Here we are snuggling up. And tell you what he does, because I want you to know, because he is an advocate for sellers. And he has so many cool things planned for us. So I'm going to hand the mic off to Harry, let him introduce himself, and get going with telling us everything that he's got in store for us. Now, you guys, do me a quick favor and just hit me with the like, or let me know that you can hear me. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Maria. Hi, April. So let me know, you guys, that you can hear me. Yep, Pam's saying good morning. Good, you guys.
Awesome.
Okay, good. So here's Harry, and please,
Thank you,
everybody,
Sharon.
welcome Harry.
Awesome.
Take it away.
Thank you so much. I'm super pumped to be here. So a little bit about my background. I actually come from the financial information community, where I have basically been building product all my life, building, analytics and trading systems for some of the most demanding traders in the world. And
Go ahead, name drop. Who are some of the traders that you work with? Can you?
Yeah, sure. Steve Cohen, George Soros, very demanding guys. And so my job ultimately was to build them very sophisticated tools that enabled them to make very quick, informed decisions about trading. And quite frankly, this is just another marketplace, very similar. And my intent is to build very, very powerful analytics for all of my sellers. And,
Now, just quickly, Harry, because you're good with the analytics and computers. Explain to us what you mean by analytics for sellers. What is that?
Well, if you think about it, right now we have a tremendous amount of data sets, and we have lots of different names for them. And I know one of the issues that a lot of you have is in our pricing guidance. And so what I want to do is bring in a lot of these different databases, one being Terapeak, some of which you might use today, and fully integrate that directly into the Seller Hub so that you have access to accurate pricing information, and then for us to be able to do analysis on that would enable you to effectively price your products, let's say, and let you achieve maximum velocity. So
now, when you say velocity, you're talking sales, right?
Exactly,
okay.
Right. So let me back up for a second. And, again, I spent many, many years building trading analytics in the financial information space. And that's just another set of buyers and sellers, right? eBay, one of the things that attracted me to eBay is, well, quite frankly, in another life, I had the opportunity to work for Devin, and he is an amazing leader. I spent 10 years at Reuters building, again, phenomenal analytics with him, and that's how I came to eBay. It was an opportunity to build phenomenal product here to really change and begin to enhance the seller experience tremendously. And so, let me give you some thoughts about the things that I'm thinking about doing and things that actually we're even launching as we speak. So first of all, we recently launched promoted listings within Cub, which is the advanced listing tool, right? And as I think you're all aware, promoted listings gives you the ability to accelerate your listing, right? To pay an additional percentage on the final value fee that moves you up in the stream. And so we wanted to make that easy to access that, and that is actually...
Now, that's in the sell your item flow. So then when we're going through and listing, at the end of the listing, it shows our campaigns, or it allows us to create a campaign, and we can do it right there rather than having to log into the promoted listings dashboard and create a campaign there.
Exactly.
So it's more seamless for the sellers.
Exactly right. So lots of things that we're going to be talking about are improving the workflow for all of you. And actually, I just want to back up and say one thing, just so you recognize where my thinking is. You guys are the most important thing to me as head of seller experience, all right? Without your inventory, I don't have buyers. So it really all does truly start with you. And I mean that, straight from, the bottom of my heart. It's important for all of you to know that. And so hopefully you're going to see that everything we're going to be building is going to improve the workflow, give you better analysis, so that ultimately, right, you sell more product and do it as effectively as possible. So back to promoted listings, okay? I think you'll notice that we are already showing in your completed orders that sold via promoted listings.
Yes, my sellers have noticed that it's in green and it says promoted listings.
Exactly. And I've gotten a lot of feedback that when you're in campaigns, you want additional analysis to show you what percent sold because of the promoted listing and so forth. And so I have that on my list, and I promise you, we're going to start attacking those pieces. Okay?
Great.
Now, also, you're going to notice that when you're in Seller Hub, you're going to be able to directly from Seller Hub go to promoted listings as well. So when you're in bulk edit and you're at all of your listings, one of the drop downs will enable you to list any one of those items.
That's fantastic. So that's going to make it easier for us, less work. Harry and I were talking a lot about making things in Seller Hub more seamless, easier to edit, easier to see our data, so that it's all quicker and faster for us. Harry's very aware of how precious our time is, and he and his team are all about making it easier for sellers and helping us with pricing guidance so that we can price our items. We were talking about this a lot. What's the best price? How can I get this sold? How can I get this sold faster? And Harry's really tapping into that, you guys.
Exactly. So I'm gonna come back to that in one second.
Ahead.
I just want to give you guys more on all the stuff that we're kind of launching here in Q4.
Great.
And stuff you can expect in Q1. Okay. So the next one is volume pricing. That's already in there. Okay.
Explain to that a little bit, because I think some people are confused about volume pricing.
Well, that just gives you the ability to create a discount percent the more you buy. So if I want to set the price discounts 5% if you buy 3 or more or 4 or more, you'll be able to establish a discounting mechanism as people buy more of the product in bulk.
So if you have a listing that's multi-quantity, so I'm buying 10 Christmas ornaments, 20 Christmas ornaments, 30 Christmas ornaments, you can increase the discount for that customer, again, helping you to get more sales.
Exactly right. Okay, and then you're also going to see you'll be able to do volume pricing directly from Cub when you're creating a listing. So again, that's the advanced listing tool.
Right.
And that is also rolling out hopefully this week. Okay.
Yay, good.
The other one that is really slick, and this goes back to the analytics that we were just talking about, is what we call MTP, or multiple top pick. All right. So I know, and again, I've been with the company 4 weeks, and I've already spoken to many of you guys, many of sellers who have said to me, it's hard for us to trust your pricing guidance, right? A lot of it is kind of AI based, and
AI means artificial intelligence. I'm translating.
No worries.
Artificial intelligence, which is sometimes it's a bot telling them, it's machine driven, rather than a human going in and checking.
Oh, awesome. So Liz just said she used volume pricing and the buyer purchased all of them. That's awesome.
Yay, go Liz.
So, and so with MTP, what it does is you're going to start to see that when you're listing, right, and we can match that product up for the product you're listing in the system. One is we can show you web-based pricing. So outside of eBay, we'll show you a low, mid, and a high, all right? And then we're going to be able to bring up a little frame, which we call multiple top pick, that's going to show you all of the other almost exact matches, not just the product or I should say not just the product, but also what the return policy is, what the shipping policy is, and then show you the comparable prices for the top 5 picks that came back in that match, so that one, where is this product priced outside of eBay, and then 2, where are all the competitors that are on eBay and where are they priced and how do they match up to your listing again in terms of return policy or shipping.
Harry, that's so helpful, because so many times, I'll see the price on eBay and I think I'm pricing it good for eBay, but the problem is there's a much better price out there on another site, and I may not have the time, or it may not occur to me to go and look, or they just changed the price, whatever. Right. And now I know real time what the price is across the web, so I can be competitive and get it sold on eBay.
Exactly. And then I want to make you all aware, though, that it needs to be part of product of the PPC, right? A product-based category, because that's what enables us really to match all of this up. And I know for certain products.
Now, when you say product-based category, you're talking like the item specifics matter, the title, the MPN, the UPC, any
identified, all of that stuff, right? It's very, very important if you want all of that functionality, that we can match it up in the database effectively, right? So if you're using SKUs or anything like that, it's very, very important and very powerful. All right, another item, another capability that we're going to be launching, and you'll see it'll go out to a limited audience starting this week and then full rollout next year.
Okay.
Is something that we call seller-initiated offers.
Ooh.
Okay, so this enables you, for anybody who's watching a listing, for you to initiate an offer to them, right? And do that all in one shot.
So get this, hang on you guys. Now this is a small rollout, so not everybody's gonna see this because I can already see people going, ah. So some people are gonna get this. eBay's choosing by whatever criteria they're using is, you have watchers on an item. You will be able to initiate an offer to your watchers. This is great. Right. I love this. Okay. Thank you, Harry.
Yes, you're welcome. And Kathy, I do recognize, yes, the pricing guidance today is hard on collectibles, right? Because there are a lot of variables. And again, this is going to be a long-term project. And I'll come back to all of the pricing mechanisms in just a second that we're going to be working on and integrating, okay? One thing about seller-initiated offers and best offer. So I think most of you are aware we have a feature called Best Offer, right? And it has been very powerful for our C2C users, right? We've seen
now C2C means more of a leisure seller, so consumer to consumer, more the kids that are listing on their phones. Maybe you're cleaning out your closet, rather than our professional sellers, which are more premium anchor enterprise level sellers.
Correct. And so we're going to be rolling out to our professional sellers a lot of the similar features that we saw a massive uptick in our casual sellers, right?
Good.
But
Thank you, Harry.
But we're going to do it in a way, okay, that enables you to control it, right? So, for example, if something doesn't sell when it auto relists, right? Or do you want it to auto relist? Do you want it to have a best offer with it? Do you want it to reduce the price by a certain percentage, right? You'll be able to set up all of those parameters. We call this listing 1.0.
And wait a minute, the sellers are in control of this, right, Harry?
Yes.
So I'm deciding when it relists if I want to drop the price. I'm deciding when I relist if I want to put a best offer on.
Correct.
It's not being, I'm making the choices as the seller.
You're going to make those choices.
Okay,
I'm going to give you those as a professional seller. We're going to provide all those features, but you'll be able to control how it works as you
Quickly,
roll them
Harry,
out.
when can I be looking for these kind of features to show up for me in my listings?
So that will be more in Q1. All right.
So we're talking 2/19 then. So that'll be next year. So you guys, this is sneak peek from Harry. What we can look forward to in 2019 is when we relist, when something doesn't sell. And again, we the sellers are in control, because I can already hear some people going, you're in control of if you want to use it or not. And if you do, if you want to automatically add best offer, automatically lower the price. But again, I really want to emphasize this. You are in control. eBay's giving you the tools. You decide how to use them.
Right. All right. Now, a couple of things. I mean, a lot of stuff that we're doing around this offer capability is really to enhance the interaction between buyers and sellers, of course, right?
Okay.
So just like we're enabling you as the seller to initiate an offer, okay, we're going to give buyers the ability to initiate an offer to you. So in other words, let's say that all of you are selling a similar product. It doesn't matter what it is, right? It's product X. And the buyer says, everybody's kind of at $50, but I'm willing to pay $45. They can actually message or send a notification to all of you saying they're willing to pay $40 for that product. Does any one of the sellers who offer that product want to take that offer? Right?
That's fantastic, because then again, we have the choice. eBay's enabling us to grab that sale if we want to take the price. And again, it's your choice. I want to keep emphasizing this. It's your choice. It's another chance to get a sale if that's a price that's acceptable to you.
Right. Now, let me back up for a second and just go back to a couple of things we spoke about at the beginning on analytics.
Okay.
All right. So we have a lot of pricing databases, one of which that I mentioned is Terapeak, some of which you might have a subscription to. You will see that we're going to be integrating Terapeak into Seller Hub over the course of the next several quarters, starting this quarter with single sign-on. So directly from Seller Hub, you will be able to directly sign into Terapeak for 3 years, or 2 to 3 years, of historical pricing. So this is all true listings that sold, at what price they sold, seasonality, everything
so just hang
for
on
a particular
Harry.
product.
If I don't have a subscription to Terapeak, starting this quarter in Seller Hub. Now, is this just for store owners? Is
It will
this
be
everybody?
it'll be for store owners.
Okay.
Yes.
Is this starter store on up? Are you not sure, or is it basic on up?
I'll need to come back to you on that. I apologize.
So we know that's okay.
Yep.
We know it's some level of stores. Okay.
Yes, we'll have access to the Terapeak integration.
This quarter in Seller Hub, you will have some kind of access to the Terapeak historical data. So keep an eye. And is that rolling out now, Harry?
Single sign-on is scheduled to go, I believe, next week.
Okay,
right?
so we'll
12th.
all be looking for, and I assume eBay's going to send some kind of notice, or we'll see a banner in Seller Hub. All of us will be looking out for this, you guys, so we can let each other know when we see it go live.
And Sharon, listen, I apologize. I need to come back to you on if we're making that part of the subscription model of a store, or if it's going to be separate. I think it may be part of the one of the subscription packages, but let me just come back to you, okay?
We'll double check on that, you guys. Harry will message me or email me, and I'll post later and let you know. That's a great question. Great things coming this quarter and next quarter. Harry, thank you so much. We got about 5 more minutes, so tell me what things you're really excited about for next year, for 2019.
Right. So, as I said, a lot of what I want to focus on is around analytics. I see you guys are very excited about. So, where I want to go is to provide you all of the real-time mechanisms or real-time pricing and analytics directly in Seller Hub so that you can make the best decision about how you price your product and then how you effectively, what type of acceleration or velocity do you want with the product. So it starts with giving you accurate historical pricing, accurate current pricing. That's the multiple top picks. So if you think about it, on the left-hand side, you've got all the historical pricing that occurred for this particular product, right? Accurate. This is what actually transpired. Then you have an ability to see what the current web pricing is and what the competitive products are that are on eBay today, right? So that way you can be very effective with your price. Once you do that, then on the far or on the right-hand side, if you think of this little timeline, then you have promoted listings where you can decide, do you want to go the trending rate, be more, pay a little bit more to accelerate the offering so that way it sells faster. So you have all of these tools that over time we want to integrate directly into Seller Hub. Now, on top of this, right, I want to be able to provide you a mechanism whereby you would know in real time. Let's say you have 1,000 listings in Seller Hub. How cool would it be if I could tell you 50 of those listings were not comparable to web-based pricing or other competitors on the platform, and then give you the ability to either have us set the price to the current, what we call price takeover, to the current comparable price, or let you in bulk reduce the price by a certain percent relative to where the comparable price is.
So more and more data letting us know what is selling now, what the price is that's selling now, and not only the price on eBay, but the price overall. Right. You guys have great questions. Harry's time is limited.
Wait,
he already
I've got a couple more. I'm going to keep going.
Go, Harry, go.
All right, so look, I got a lot of stuff going on here. I just saw something about social media. So we launched in our mobile app the ability to easily share your listings via social media. We are going to extend that into Seller Hub to make it easier for you to share all of your listings throughout all the different social media sites, whether it's Facebook or what have you, right?
Great.
So that way it'll be easier for you to get your listings out into the general social media sites and obviously impact SEO.
Great.
2 other things that I want to make a note of. The other big one that we'll be launching in Q1 is multi-user access and authentication.
Yay, that means that you can give authorization for part of your account to an assistant, to a helper, to a virtual assistant. For our larger sellers, this is a huge issue that's been brought up numerous times. So Harry and his team have heard us, and they are working hard on this.
Kathy, yes, I promise you'll be able to opt out. I'm not going to build something that auto takes over, pricing, right? You can if you wanted to, but I'm a true believer that every seller has a different DNA, just like every trader, okay? So you'll have the ability to decide how you want to use these features, okay? But the overall design is to make it much more efficient for you, right?
And any feature you choose, you can always go in and edit and change. Nothing is locked and forever. So know that in any choices you're making with auto relisting or pricing, you, the seller, are in control. Everything Harry is building is to empower you as the seller. You are in control. You make the choices. You had more good news for us.
Okay, yeah. So I also, again, I think there was a question about all of these databases. Yes, I mean, we've got all of these different historical pricing databases and current pricing from the web that I want to start to expose to our sellers. And that's what I'm talking about. You'll see that over the course of time. The other thing that I want to mention, there was a question about, SNADs. Okay.
So significantly not as described when a customer is returning
correct.
An item. Yes.
So listen, I recognize, look, as the head of seller experience, it's important for you to all know that it's my job to protect you as the seller, right? And I know, that we sort of go back and forth. We have a lot of buyer protections. And one of the things for us in 2019 is to, work on some of the, seller trust aspects and to show our sellers that we are watching out for you, and that particularly on things, even like parts that are not working, where you say it's a final sale and somebody snags you on that, right? We need to be able to have a way where we can identify those and if appropriate, protect you as the seller versus the buyer. And so that is a high priority for us, is to start working on those capabilities to add more seller protections. All right.
Thank you so much, Harry.
That's important.
So I just want to wrap it up, you guys. Harry's going to broadcast with me again sometime in the future. We're already talking about it, so this is so exciting. He gave me such a nice chunk. Whoops, we're losing our phone.
There we go.
There we go. He gave me such a nice chunk of, whoops, there we go. He gave me such a nice chunk of time. Great news, everybody. So lots of tools coming our way, lots of data coming our way, all about empowering sellers, helping sellers so that we can move our items faster, that we get great prices. Harry's very aware of the challenges for people that sell more one-offs, more collectibles, where items that are not UPC, MPN driven. We talked about that too. And maybe at a future broadcast, we can talk more in detail on that. Great information as far as looking for seller protections coming in the new year, with auto relist features where you can add best offer, where you could be dropping your prices if it's appropriate, that we'll be able to start sending offers to watchers. Isn't that fabulous? Thank you, Harry and his team. But the big takeaway I want to tell you guys, and this is the first time I've met Harry. First of all, he's based in New York. So yay, eBay for senior executives on the East Coast. For those of us who are East Coasters, so we're like, yay, eBay. And the other thing is, Harry, very much his heart, our conversation is listening to sellers, to sellers' needs, and building tools that help us. Listen, what are our needs? I mean, certainly you have to look at eBay and what are eBay's needs, but eBay is so aware of empowered sellers is an empowered eBay.
Absolutely.
We're all lost without customers. I mean, we all know that. I mean, if we don't have people shopping, then none of us have businesses. But within that is the stronger we are as sellers, the more good data we have, the more we have at our fingertips and easy and seamless and fast, and the better off we all are. So Harry and his team are hard at work to help us. Any final words before we sign off?
Yeah, listen, customers are the most important thing. You guys are the most important thing to me. And, in all of my previous roles, I try to spend probably 50% of my time with customers. So for those of you who are in New York, I'd love to hear from you. I'm always happy to, to meet sellers and hear direct feedback. It's really important to me. That's how I know what to build, and that's how we know we're building the right thing for our sellers. So really appreciate everyone's time. Look forward to doing this again. And we'll make sure that we communicate all of these new features as we roll them out.
And the question about Terapeak, you guys, we will find out, I promise, about if there's any kind of upsell price or only certain level store owners are going to get that. I promise we'll find that out. It may take a day or two. I may not have the information within 24 hours, but I promise, what is it, Tuesday, that within 3 to 4 days we'll get that information as fast as we can. Okay, great. Right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, okay?
Oh,
Harry and
I...
Wait,
sorry, because I love to respond. I see Karen. We need shipping support. You know what? might be a cool thing is to have Yossi come on, who heads shipping and returns.
Absolutely.
And can talk about, some things we'll be working on in shipping in 19. So maybe that would be a good thing to do.
We have to get Yossi to come to New York.
Yes, I'm sure
we'll get Yossi to come to New York, and we'll do a group one. You guys, thank you so much. Everybody give Harry a big shout out and welcome. And thank you for joining us, you guys. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.